EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to uptown Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Murray.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
The Panthers at 0-9 now on the year. And they come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now Patterson to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. This is fielded at the 7. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of...
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Carolina.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at the 41-yard line. Patterson running between the tackles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back to throw here. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this This is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the back part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
Here's Murray from midfield. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
20! And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They'll set up a throw. This one left side caught by Patterson. Touchdown! Cordero Patterson. Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Falcons have retaken the lead.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, the Falcons and Panthers, of course, division rivals, but it wasn't a great year for either offense last year, that's for sure. Look at the final numbers. The Falcons, they were 29th in the league in total yardage. The Panthers were 30th. Certainly both looking for an uptick here in 2022. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
The 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson
with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Omaha. Come back.
Here's Murray. They'll roll him out right.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down.
I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory, look, I'm all for being unconventional, That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 26. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Patterson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And caught by London. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 3rd down throw, and he misses the target, incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
It's headed right. It's no good. He misses wide of the upright.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go?
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he spins free. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. That's out quickly to London. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by the former Falcon, Desmond Trufant. And the Panthers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. The rookie was trying to push him downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really...
Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Murray now on first down. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And this one is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Right, 97. Ready?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray
Checks this down to Hubbard. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
McCaffrey running up the middle, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. He gets it to Thomas. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Coach.
He was taken down. Loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Big Come back.
They're going for it. It's Murray. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Murray now to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 52 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 5.
Omaha. Sure. Close.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Thomas has got it, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Swim.
On play action, it's Murray. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson.
Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Here we go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Striker, 3.
Again, Patterson.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So on fourth down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Youngway Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Here's Murray. Being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And some space here. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air is going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 7 yards there and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll drop to throw.
And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown.
Cordero Patterson with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
128 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he returns this to the 22.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. First down, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray got a man. It's Brashad Perriman.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Murray. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And the Falcons will take over possession here up at the 44. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because Your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring.